1 hour a day can change your life. One focused hour. One disciplined hour. 1 hour where distractions don't exist. Most people waste their days reacting. They live in chaos. They drown in excuses. But not you. Not anymore. This audiobook is your wake-up call, a direct order to take back control of your mind, your time, and your future. If you can give yourself 1 committed hour every day, you can rewrite everything. Your habits, your discipline, your results. This is the hour that builds the unstoppable version of you. Time is the most disrespected resource on this planet. People protect their money. They protect their image. They protect their comfort. But they throw their time away like it means nothing. You know this. You've done it. You've wasted hours scrolling. You've wasted days waiting for the right moment. You've wasted months thinking about what you could do instead of just doing it. And here's the truth you must swallow right now. Time wasted is life wasted. That's the key. Every hour you give to distraction is an hour you can never get back. It is gone. Permanently. Irreversibly. Listen closely. Your future success. Your future strength. Your future identity. All of it hinges on how you choose to invest your hours. You have a choice. Every single day. You either build or you break. There is no neutral. There is no pause button on life. Time is always moving. The question is, are you? Look around. Millions of people are stuck in the same cycle. Wake up. Look at their phone. Rush nowhere. Complain. Distract themselves. Go to sleep dissatisfied. Repeat. This is the routine of waste. This is the path to regret. And if you don't break that cycle now, you will eventually look back and ask, what did I do with my life? Not with fear, but with shame. You don't want that. I know you don't. That's why you're here. That's why you're listening. Because a part of you is done wasting time. A part of you is ready to take control. And here's where the shift begins. 1 hour a day. 1 hour where you stop being a victim to your phone, your laziness, your excuses, your fears. 1 hour where you focus on a mission. Your mission. Because an hour of deep, disciplined effort is more powerful than 10 hours of weak, distracted effort. The world is full of busy people who accomplish nothing. Don't become one of them. You must learn the difference between movement and progress. Scrolling is movement. Complaining is movement. Talking about your dreams is movement. But building, learning, training, creating, that's progress. That's the key. You don't need a new life. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect conditions. You need discipline. You need focus. You need a non-negotiable hour every day. This is how greatness is built. Hour by hour. Choice by choice. Not in one giant leap, but in relentless steps. Let's make this practical. Open your screen time report. You'll see the thief. The thief that steals your goals. The thief you willingly hand your future to. Imagine if even one of those hours was redirected to reading, exercising, building a business, developing a skill, strengthening your mind. 1 hour. A single hour. Every day. That is 365 hours a year. That is an entire full-time month of self-improvement. While everyone else wastes that month on noise, you rise above it. You have a choice. It's not about how much time you have. It's about how much time you waste. Winners don't have more time. They use more time. You don't need to redesign your whole life. Stop trying to change everything. Just claim 1 hour. 1 hour where you become the most focused person in the room. 1 hour where excuses are not allowed. 1 hour where procrastination dies. You might think, but what if I'm tired? Do it anyway. But what if I don't feel motivated? Do it anyway. But what if I fail? Do it anyway. Motivation doesn't build success. Discipline does. That's the key. If you wait to feel ready, you will wait forever. Life isn't waiting. Time isn't waiting. Your goals aren't waiting. So why are you? You must begin now. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Not when you feel better. Because every second wasted now becomes a regret later. And regret is the heaviest pain you can experience. It is the burden of the unfulfilled soul. You deserve better, but you must earn it. With time. With action. with consistency. Here's your directive. Set a timer for 1 hour daily. Choose a skill, a goal, a mission that matters. And lock in. No distractions. No notifications. No excuses. There will be resistance. Your mind will try to negotiate. Your feelings will fight you. But you must win that battle. Again and again and again. Because every time you choose discipline over distraction, you become stronger. Every time you choose focus over comfort, you become sharper. Every time you choose progress over procrastination, you become unstoppable. That's the key. You have a choice. Every hour is a vote for the person you want to become. Every hour shapes your future. Every hour matters. Stop wasting time. Stop waiting. Stop surrendering your life to useless distractions. You control your actions. You control your focus. You control your hours. Reclaim them. 1 hour a day can change your life. And this is the hour where everything starts. Take this lesson and carve it into your mindset. Either manage your time, or your time manages you. Your future self is watching. Demand excellence from the person you are right now. You've taken back your time. Now take back your power. Because discipline with time is the foundation of everything that comes next. You're ready for the next step. You've reclaimed control of your hours. Now it's time to take control of your mind. Chapter 2. Your emotions are not the boss. Your emotions are loud. Your emotions want control. Your emotions want comfort. But your emotions do not want progress. Understand that. That's the key. Every morning you wake up with a decision. Listen to your excuses, or listen to your mission. Most people choose their excuses. That's why most people stay exactly where they are. Stuck. Unmotivated. Unchanged. Feelings are unpredictable. Feelings are weak. Feelings change with the weather, the mood, the moment. But discipline is stable. Discipline is consistent. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. And that's why discipline wins. Listen carefully. You don't rise by doing what feels good. You rise by doing what is required. You have a choice. Every single day. Your emotions can command you. Or your goals can command you. Which one has the authority in your life? Be honest. Because right now, most people are slaves to their emotions. They say, I'll work when I feel motivated. I'll start when I feel ready. I'll push harder when I feel better. That's weakness. And weakness destroys potential. Weakness builds regret. But you're here to eliminate weakness. You're here to build mental strength so sharp that not even fear or doubt can stop you. Here's the truth. The greatest version of you will come from doing what you don't feel like doing. That's the key. When you don't feel like working, work anyway. When you don't feel like showing up, show up anyway. When you don't feel like pushing, push anyway. That is the exact moment where transformation happens. Anyone can act strong when life is easy. But success is built in the moments where your emotions scream, stop. And you look back at them and say, no, not today. You don't need to feel confident to take action. You gain confidence from action. You don't need to feel ready to begin. You become ready by beginning. Action first. Feelings later. That's the formula. That's the discipline. That's the key. Let's call out the lies your emotions use against you. I'm tired. Yes, you're tired of staying the same. Push. I'm scared. Yes, fear means you're doing something that matters. Push. I'm not motivated. Exactly, that's why discipline exists. Push. Motivation is a visitor. Discipline is a permanent resident. If you let your emotions lead, you will never reach your potential. Your emotions will tell you to quit the moment things get difficult. Your emotions will beg for comfort, even when comfort is the enemy. Comfort keeps you soft. Comfort keeps you average. Comfort keeps you weak. But you are not here to be average. You are here to become unshakable. You are here to build a mind that cannot be broken by fear, doubt, boredom, or pain. That takes control. That takes leadership over yourself. Stop letting your emotions be the boss. You take charge. You are the commander. You make the decisions. You give the orders. Your emotions follow you, not the other way around. So let's get practical. Next time you don't feel like doing the work, Say this out loud. I decide. Not my emotions. Next time you're nervous about starting, say this. Do it anyway. Next time your mind tries to negotiate, say this. The mission comes first. Because every time you override your feelings, you take back power. Every time you act through discomfort, you grow stronger. Every time you choose discipline over emotion, you build a mind that will win in any environment. That's the key. You have a choice. And the choice you make right now determines who you will become in the future. Will you be controlled or in control? Let's make this even clearer. The life you want sits on the other side of, I don't feel like it. Push through that barrier every day, and your future will transform. Push through that barrier every hour, and your identity will transform. Push through that barrier every time your emotions protest, and your mind will transform. You don't need to destroy your emotions. You just must stop obeying them. Feel fear and act. Feel doubt and act. Feel discomfort and act. Feel lazy and act. Action above emotion. Boys. Because feelings are temporary, but results are permanent. Weak people wait for emotions to grant them permission. Strong people create the path and drag their emotions with them. Which one are you choosing to be? If you want to change your life, you must change one thing first. Who is in charge, you or your emotions? Don't let your feelings control your destiny. Don't let a mood decide your success. Don't let a moment steal your future. You are stronger than that. You are smarter than that. You are better than that. So prove it. Prove it with action. Prove it with consistency. Prove it with one disciplined hour every single day. This is emotional leadership. This is mental strength. This is the foundation of an unbreakable mind. You've taken the power back from wasted time. Now you're taking the power back from your own emotions. This is how you rise. This is how you become unstoppable. Feelings will still show up, but now they do not decide. You do. You are the boss. You make the rules. You lead your life with purpose, not emotion. Most people never learn this, but you just did. Now live it. Every day. Every decision. Every hour. You've proven you can rise above your emotions. Now it's time to build the system that keeps you strong. Because without discipline, everything falls apart. You mastered your emotions. Now master your freedom. Chapter 3. Discipline is the real freedom. Everyone says they want freedom. Freedom to do what they want. Freedom to live how they want. Freedom to become who they want. But here's the truth almost everyone ignores. Freedom does not come from doing whatever feels good. Freedom comes from doing whatever is necessary. That's the key. Real freedom is not the absence of responsibility. Real freedom is the control of your life. Discipline is how you take control. Discipline is how you gain freedom from excuses. Freedom from weakness. Freedom from regret. Freedom from the version of yourself that settles for average. You have a choice. Let your impulses drive you, or let your purpose drive you. Most people are slaves. Not to a government, not to a job, but to themselves, to their laziness, to their cravings, to their comfort, to their emotions. That is not freedom. That is a prison disguised as pleasure. Think about it. The person who can't stop scrolling? Not free. The person who eats every craving? Not free. And the person who can't wake up without hitting snooze? Not free. The person who avoids every challenge? Not free. They look free, but internally, they are locked in chains. Chains of distraction. Chains of weakness. Chains of, I'll do it tomorrow. Chains they put on themselves. Discipline is how you break those chains. When your alarm rings and you get up anyway, you gain freedom. When you say no to temptation and yes to growth, you gain freedom. When you choose the hard thing because it makes you stronger, you gain freedom. Every discipline builds another level of control. And every level of control builds another level of freedom. You don't need their permission. You don't need approval. You don't need to explain your discipline to anyone. Because discipline is not for them. It's for you. It's not about being strict. It's about being powerful. It's not about suffering. It's about strength. It's not about punishment. It's about liberation. You have a mission. You have goals. You have a future that demands more from you than comfort can provide. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you can be. And no one becomes unstoppable without crossing that bridge. Let's break down what discipline truly gives you. White heavy checkmark discipline gives you control of your time. White heavy checkmark discipline gives you control of your mind. White heavy checkmark discipline gives you control of your direction. White heavy checkmark discipline gives you control of your life. That's freedom. Look at anyone who has mastered their craft. Athletes, artists, leaders, innovators. They are not lucky. They are not gifted beyond you. They are disciplined. They do what others refuse to do. And they do it consistently. Not sometimes. Not when it's easy. Single. You have a choice. Right now. Choose discipline. Choose freedom. Because the opposite choice leads to a lifetime of regret. And regret is the most painful prison of all. No one regrets being disciplined. But everyone regrets being lazy. Laziness may feel good in the moment. But discipline feels incredible for a lifetime. This is where identity changes. You don't try to be disciplined. You become a disciplined person. You set rules for yourself. And you follow them. No negotiations. No loopholes. No emotional debate. You say, this hour is mine. This workout is non-negotiable. This goal will be achieved. This standard will be maintained. That's discipline. That's freedom. Because when you follow through on the promises you make to yourself, something powerful happens. You trust yourself. You like yourself. You believe in yourself. You lead yourself. Self-respect is earned through discipline. You cannot love the person who lies to you. So stop lying to yourself. You said you'd start. You said you'd change. You said you'd work. Discipline turns words into reality. You think discipline limits your life. But what limits you is the life without discipline. The life where you drift. The life where you dream but never build. The life where you want but never act. That is the trapped life. That is the wasted life. You deserve better. But you must earn better. You don't need motivation to stay disciplined. You need clarity. You need commitment. You need a reason so strong that quitting isn't even an option. What's your reason? Who are you doing this for? What future are you fighting for? Remind yourself every day. Write it down. Speak it out loud. Own it. Discipline is not a skill you're born with. Discipline is a skill you build. 1 hour. One decision. One action at a time. This is the foundation of a powerful life. A life where you wake up with purpose. A life where you move with intention. A life where you do what must be done. That is real freedom. You have a choice. Right now. Give in to weakness. Or rise with discipline. Choose to rise. Choose to take command of your life. Choose the only path that leads to greatness. Because you are creating something rare. Something real. Something strong. Your discipline is the greatest form of self-respect you will ever develop. Honor it. You've learned that discipline is freedom. Now it's time to understand the invisible blocks that steal that freedom before it even starts. You built discipline. Now protect your focus. Chapter 4. Your attention is your superpower. Your attention is the most valuable currency you will ever own. Not money. Not fame. Not talent. Attention. Where your attention goes, your life follows. Every goal either lives or dies based on what you choose to focus on. You have a choice. Every single day. Pay attention to distractions, or invest attention into your future. That's the key. Most people are broke, not financially, but mentally. Their attention is bankrupt. They spend their focus recklessly. Scrolling. Staring. Reacting. Complaining. Worrying. Comparing. They feed everything that weakens them. They starve everything that could make them unstoppable. Here's the truth. Your attention is not infinite. Every time you waste it, you give away a piece of your potential. You trade power for comfort. You trade growth for entertainment. You trade purpose for noise. You don't need their permission to change this. You only need discipline. It's not about being not distracted. It's about choosing what deserves your mind. It's about focusing on what builds you instead of what destroys you. It's about saying, my attention belongs to my mission. I will not feed what weakens me. I choose what enters my mind. Here's what you must understand. Anything that controls your attention controls your life. Your phone, your impulses, your emotions, your environment, your circle. Either you take command or they do. Your attention controls your habits. Your habits control your actions. Your actions control your results. Your results control your future. It all starts with attention. Right now, you are training your brain, whether you know it or not. You are either training focus or training distraction. Every tap, every swipe, every pointless click is a vote for weakness. Focus is a muscle. You build it through discipline. You destroy it through indulgence. You have a choice. Every hour, every minute, every moment. Ask yourself, what am I feeding? What am I giving power to? What am I letting shape my life? Because your attention returns results, good or bad. If you give attention to fear, fear grows. If you give attention to doubt, doubt grows. If you give attention to laziness, laziness wins. That's the key. But if you give attention to your goals gain power. If you give attention to your character strengthens. If you give attention to the person you want to become, you begin becoming them. This is the superpower most people overlook. Not motivation, not luck, not some secret knowledge. Control your attention, and you control everything. So here's the transformation. Stop letting notifications dictate your mindset. Stop letting entertainment steal your mornings. Stop letting people who don't pay your bills rent space in your mind for free. You don't need to know everything happening in the world, but you must know what's happening in your own life. You must protect your attention from useless drama, meaningless arguments, endless consumption, negative people, emotional chaos. Guard your focus like your success depends on it, because it does. Practical shift. Start your day with intention, not distraction. Before you touch your phone, touch your purpose. Before you hear their voices, listen to your own. Before you react, decide what matters. Discipline is choosing your attention, not surrendering it. You have a choice. Every morning is a battlefield. Distraction attacks first. Comfort attacks fast. Chaos tries to own your mind. But discipline wins, if you choose it. That's the key. Imagine what would happen if, for 1 year, you treated your attention like gold. Imagine putting your focus into skills that pay you, habits that build you, relationships that support you, goals that stretch you, ideas that elevate you. Imagine eliminating what steals your strength. 1 year of intentional focus. Your entire identity would change. Your entire life would change. Because success is not complicated. What you feed grows. What you ignore dies. So feed purpose. Feed discipline. Feed greatness. Starve distraction. Starve excuses. Starve weakness. When you reduce distractions, clarity appears. When you reduce noise, confidence grows. When you reduce chaos, progress accelerates. Most people never feel powerful because they never take back their attention. They are mentally trapped in 1,000 useless directions. They wonder why they feel lost. They wonder why their life isn't moving. It's simple. You cannot go anywhere if you're always pulled everywhere. Pick a direction. Pick a purpose. Pick a mission. Then pour your attention into it like nothing else exists. Your attention is the fuel. Your discipline is the engine. Your purpose is the vehicle. Your potential is the destination. Every time you focus, you grow. Every time you drift, you shrink. You have a choice. Every day, every hour, every moment. From now on, remind yourself, my attention is mine. No one owns my focus. I decide where my mind goes. That is real power. That is real control. That is real leadership. So ask yourself, what do you want to build? What do you want to become? Where do you want to go in life? The answer will always begin with attention. And the first step is always the same. Stop feeding what wastes your life. Start feeding what will change it. You are now becoming someone unstoppable. You are now stepping into true mental command. You are now choosing the strongest version of you. You took back your attention. Now, let's take back your environment.